Welcome back to our series on building your podcast brand with Canva. Hey guys, I'm Katie. I'm a design educator with Canva, and I'm also a podcaster. In this episode, we're going to discuss podcasting and social media, and why setting up your social media accounts before launching your show is a good idea. Plus, how Canva can help you do it easily and fast. In part one of this series, we looked at why having show art that represents your show in an ideal way is so important. So now, we want to start showing off that beautiful show art, promoting your brand, and drumming up excitement for the release of your podcast. And a great place to do that is on social media. We would encourage you to set up your social accounts before you launch your podcast. Why though? Creating your social profiles before you launch will help you grow brand awareness. Start posting now to give your new audience an idea of your podcast personality, a look into the kind of content they can expect, and to get people excited about your new show. Set up your profiles with your newly designed cover art so followers will recognize your brand right away in their podcasting feeds or other social media platforms. Learn more about your audience and start engaging today. Your social media accounts will give you metrics on your followers' demographics, such as their age, gender, location, and that's great. But you can also gather information about what your followers are interacting with. Is there a post that's getting lots of likes or shares? Can you use that information to form episode ideas? You can also make your followers feel like they're part of the launch. Put a countdown to the launch in your Instagram stories. Go live for an Ask Me Anything session on TikTok, or run a poll asking what they want to hear about on Twitter. Get people excited. Last, start networking with other podcasters. We've invited our friend Ariel to tell us a little bit more about networking with other podcasters on social media.
You'll quickly find that cross-promotions and working with other podcasters is a huge part of growing an audience in your podcasting niche. In fact, it's the best way to create long-term sustained growth and to consistently reach new audiences. Twitter is an especially great place to meet other podcasters and hopefully to gain a bit of a following before you launch. We encourage you to follow other podcasters you love, other creators in your niche, and to interact with their posts meaningfully. Make a few podcast friends. You can set up collaborations with them like guest swaps, promo swaps, feed swaps, and more. Plus, you may learn a thing or two from someone who's been working in your genre for longer. Another great networking opportunity is online communities, like our podcasting Twitter space that has over 700 active users. New and seasoned podcasters are welcome to join and share and gain knowledge. So, if you're looking for a welcoming community, we hope you'll join. See you there. Now back to Katie for more tips on kicking off your social media plan before your podcast launch.
Thanks, Ariel. Now that we understand the importance of setting up our social media platforms, it's time to get started. But where to begin? And what social platforms should you use? There are just so many options. The big three that you should set up as soon as possible are a Facebook business page, an Instagram business account, and a Twitter profile. Then, depending on your niche and audience demographic, you can explore other platforms. For instance, if your podcast is about career changes and career advice, LinkedIn is ideal for your audience. You could encourage guests to share their experience on your show and grow your listenership there. If you have a podcast about wedding planning, Pinterest might be where you're going to find your community. Share your show notes with images that people can save for later and send to their friends. If you know your podcast target audience skews younger, look to platforms like TikTok, where podcasters of just about every genre are finding audiences among millennial and Gen Z listeners. And hey, if you're using any of these platforms to promote your show, please drop a link in the comments so aspiring podcasters can get some inspiration. We'd also love to see your work. So now you know why you need to set up your social media platforms before your show's launch. And here's how Canva can help you do that. Canva's automatic sizes and magic resize tool will make it super easy to set up all your social media pages. Remember our fake podcast daily read from episode 1? Today, we're going to set up their podcast's Twitter profile so we can drum up excitement and engage with our audience as soon as possible. Today, we're going to create a Twitter header banner, a Twitter profile picture, and our first post. So head to your Canva account. The very first step is to set up your brand kit. Here, we uploaded our show art and other logos we've created. We've saved our fonts and colors here to easily use and reference later. Brand Kit is a Canva Pro feature, so if you don't have Canva Pro, you can skip this step. But the Brand Kit will make it much easier to keep all your posts on brand and quickly produce all sorts of social creative down the line. Here we have the cover art that we created in the last video. Go to the magic resize button and search Twitter header. And now make a copy. Now we need to arrange the assets on the header to make it look great. Remember, your profile picture will be on the lower left-hand side of the header, so let's put a half circle placeholder here so we know not to put anything important in that space. Now, go back to the original image and let's do the same thing for your profile image. Your profile image will be 400 by 400 pixels. With that limited space, we want it to be less busy. So let's let our logo image do the talking. Finally, let's make a post. Go back to the editor and choose a Twitter post. On the left are some pre-made templates you can use. You can even search by post specifically designed for podcast, or make one from scratch. If you've set up your brand kit, this is where those elements will come in handy. So let's start designing. Add a little bit of a dimension to get started. Click the color, and to your left, you'll see the brand colors. These are the colors that you added to your brand kit, and now you can easily apply them here. Add in the logos that you uploaded to your brand kit and position everything correctly. Next, we'll add text to our post to let our audience know when the podcast is going to be released. Doesn't that look great? Download each asset, upload them to your Twitter profile, and now you have a perfectly branded Twitter podcast feed. We encourage you to post at least 3 times a week leading up to your launch. And what about after your launch? Keep that momentum going. Use Canva's built-in content planner to plan your post. For instance, if you're going to release episodes every Thursday, mark that on your content planner like this. Then you can map out your episode promotion around your release schedule. Plan and schedule social media posts from within your Canva calendar, just like that. But don't just stop at social media. Create a website where you can put in detailed show notes, host and guest bios, and more. This will really improve your show's discoverability through search engines too. Or start a newsletter for your followers, so they can stay in the know about anything you're working on. What other creative ways can you think of to engage with your listeners? Whatever you do, stay on brand with Canva. So that's it for this episode. We hope this sparked lots of great and creative ideas on how to start promoting your podcast. Join us next time and we'll discuss how to bring more awareness to your podcast after the launch. See you then.